There's a pattern almost every Christian dad falls into, and it doesn't matter if it shows up on your bank account or on the scale. I spent years chasing the perfect numbers, the perfect savings account cushion, the perfect macros, the perfect exercise and workout plan before I even started. And the whole time I was chasing perfect, I was missing what my family actually needed. Me. Present. Not anxious, not stuck in my head, not trying to solve problems that haven't even happened yet or might not even happen. This is the perfectionism pattern that Christian dads cannot escape. And once you see it, you can't unsee it because it's probably costing you more than you realize. It's a 3-part pattern, and make sure you stick around to the end because the last one is what's most important to know. I lived this for years, sitting at the dinner table, physically there, but running numbers in my head and worrying about stuff that may or may not happen. In fact, almost none of it ever happened. But the idea is I spent moments, many more moments than I should have, with my wife and daughter. Time and moments with them that should have been quality somewhere else. And it showed up with my health too. I'd obsess over the perfect macros, the perfect workouts, the how of getting in shape, instead of just showing up consistently and being present in the process. Any of this sound familiar? And if it wasn't about being perfect, it was about being able to handle everything, being able to focus with intent on everything I thought I wanted, trying to give all of myself to everywhere in life, whether it be my job, the rest of my family. The truth is, you can only focus on so much, and you gotta pick what's most important to you. And not only did I make that commitment when I got married, when I stood across from my wife and I said my vows 12 years ago, that commitment wasn't just to her, it was to myself. It was everything I've wanted since I was a kid, and I lost that sometimes along the way over the years because I kept obsessing about the how instead of focusing on what was happening in the moment. And it's something that I look back on and sometimes wish I could change because it was time that I could have spent better. And that brings me to part 1 of this perfectionism pattern, worrying about a future that hasn't happened yet. Matthew chapter 6 verse 34. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day is enough trouble on its own. This has really taught me that once I take life one moment at a time, not even one day, one moment, 1 hour, one block of time. You got to take it as it comes, one task. This has helped me drastically, especially in recent years. I think of it like the delivery driver example. I've been a delivery driver since 2018, and when I used to work at FedEx, I used to wonder how many stops I could really do in a day. And I became really good at it. Only plausible answer to that was I could do so many stops in one day because I had to put on blinders to all the stops in bulk and just focus on one stop at a time. So I would look at my map, or I would look at my day as a whole, my whole route, and I would only focus at that moment on that one stop, on that one package or multiple packages for that one stop. And I would put all my effort and thought and energy into that task. And I carry that over to everything else in my life, whether it be cleaning the house or getting chores done at home or running errands. This has taught me you can only handle so much in one day. And shout out to my wife, Caitlin, for this example. She has taught me, even with the days when you have a really long to-do list, think of it like a train. As long as you, by the end of the day, end off at a different stop than you started at the beginning of the day, then it was progress. You're not always going to get everything done that you want to get done, necessarily. But as long as you're moving, then that's the best progress you could have. If you carry this with you everywhere you go, things are going to take care of themselves. It's like worrying about getting laid off, and it never happens for your job. A bill you can't pay, yet somehow it always gets paid. Or maybe you're skipping a workout today because you're worried and stressing about how your goal is 6 months out and it's so far away, instead of just doing today's work. Or you avoid starting at all. You keep putting it off because you're overwhelmed by like a 50-pound journey, for example, instead of just worrying about today's meal, worrying about today's steps. I've learned that once you put your trust in God, everything else takes care of itself. God always provides. And that doesn't mean I'm saying that life doesn't ever get tricky. But here's the thing. Trusting God doesn't mean you do nothing. So what does letting go of the worry actually mean in real life? That brings me to number 2. And that's trust is not passive. It's where you put the weight. Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 through 7. Don't be anxious. Bring it to God. Receive peace that guards your heart and mind. Or Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. Trust God fully, don't lean only on your own understanding. So that's, for example, if you're budgeting and doing everything you need to be doing with your money, for example, you're still getting up and going to work every day, you're still doing your due diligence, you shouldn't be losing sleep over things you can't control. And that's what happened to me for years. I wasn't trusting, and I was constantly worrying about things that were going to go wrong, even though there was so much going right. Or when it comes to your health, for example, you're still tracking your food, you're still showing up to train, but not spiraling and worrying every time the scale doesn't move the way you want it to, or exactly on schedule. Figuring out how to make the discipline stay and the anxiety leave. And it's something I'm still working on to this day. I still battle anxiety on a daily basis, and I'm sure I'm far from alone in that. But it doesn't mean you have to let it control you. Once I learned to just give it to God, my whole life gets better. Because I know I'm only doing so much I can do as one individual. And I know God will take care of the rest, and He'll take care of me. He'll take care of His children. And once I stopped carrying that weight myself, once I realized that and continued practice, something shifts in how I show up every single day. And not just with my family, but with myself and with my own health. And here's what that actually looks like. And that's that presence is the actual job. That's the whole point. Being present with the people you care about the most is going to help you be more present in general with yourself and in life. And with God. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 6 through 7. Being present with your children when you sit, when you walk. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Be strong and courageous. God is with you wherever you go. When you think about your money, Father who is paying the bills but anxious and absent is not fulfilling the calling. Father who is present is. In fact, a father who is not anxious and still pays the bills and still does everything he has to do just takes the pressure off more. I've learned that the more anxious I am, the more fearful I am, the harder life becomes. Once I just learn to let go and trust, and as long as I'm doing everything I need to do, things just have a way of working out, even if I don't know it in the moment. Or when it comes to your health, you could still hit a number on the scale and still be anxious, still be absent in the process, or you can just be consistent and present, and the results will follow without you even realizing it. Goes back to the FedEx example. You take it one step at a time. You make goals for yourself. This is what I do with my clients. I give them numbers to hit every single day, and even if they don't hit it every single day, every day that they do, it's a win. And before they know it, they keep hitting them continuously over and over again, and then that's when real results happen. So if you're a dad who's tired, not from working too little, but from worrying too much, whether it's about your finances, your health, I want you to hear this. It's going to be okay. Put the weight of your worry down. Be present today, because that's the best purpose for you as a Christian man. And when I said that's helped me the most in the beginning of the video, I meant it. Presence alone is the gift. And ever since I've practiced being more present around my family and stopped worrying about if the bills are going to get paid and stopped worrying about things that just don't happen, I naturally let go of that anxiety. Everything else just gets easier. Anxiety is crippling. And once you realize these 3 things I talked about today and really look into your own life and see where they all fit, then you could figure it out for yourself too. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you put 1, 2, or 3 based on the point I talked about and put it in the comments down below. I'd love to know which one resonated with you the most. If this video helped you at all, make sure you hit the like button, because it's going to show it to more dads who might need it, or moms. I'm here to help all parents. If you want to learn more about working one-on-one with me, click the first link in the description. I'm very passionate about health and helping people that are like-minded, like someone like you, who's made it this far in this video, get to a better place with your health and fitness and weight loss goals. Health and fitness is what I do every single day. And there's 5 habits that I've incorporated in my own life that really have helped me move that needle. To learn more about them, you can click the video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.